Good morning, everybody. I'm at day 56 of my fast. I was only going to do it for 40 days, but then after 40 days I felt so good I decided to go on till Halloween. And thinking about dressing up for Halloween as the meatless Incredible Hulk. So if anybody has any comments on that, let me know what you think. A lot of people want to know what I juice and what I've been eating for the last 56 days, so I was going to show you what I do for a juice. Just got back from the local farmers market here in Birmingham, Alabama. As you can see, I've got some wonderful, fabulous, funky, different looking tomatoes, all different colors. I got my cucumbers, my lime, my celery, my broccoli, my apple, my kale, my cilantro. I'm going to try some zucchini today. I've never juiced that, so be interesting to see how that turns out and whatnot. Initially on my juice fast, the first 7 days I dropped almost 20 pounds, which was very strange for me because I already ate very, very clean, I thought. And for me to drop 20 pounds in 7 days was very shocking. The cool thing is I've been able to gain back 12 of that, but I can only imagine for the people that are out there that are eating unhealthy, eating everyday food, how toxic you guys are, and would strongly recommend you do at least a 7-day juice fast, or at least start off with a 1-day juice fast. So I'm going to kind of show you today what I do as far as my juice. Like I said, every Sunday I go and get all my vegetables, and I do all my juicing for on Sunday and for at least 7 days. I usually get 14 days out of this, and then I freeze mine. A lot of people say that's not good, but it works for me. I like it, and I would love to see some research out there that shows that if you freeze your juice, you lose those antioxidants, or if it's not as good for you and whatnot. I haven't been able to find any. So I'm able to freeze it. The reason why I do that is because I only do juicing once, and I don't have to clean up every single day. A lot of people say it's time consuming to juice because of the time and whatnot. So, and it is, but that's why I do mine at least once, if not twice, for every 2 weeks. So I'll show you how I do that. Basically my juice consists of cucumbers, and I just do the peeling on the cucumber. I've already prepped the cucumbers here. And I'm just going to show you how I do one. Get in there. I do one juice. Cucumber, and then I do celery. For some reason the guy's not. There she goes. I was wondering why I was being so fussy with him, but now it's sticking everything out. So celery. And you can try pretty much anything you want to. This has worked very good for me. And then pretty much what I do is I add stevia that I get that hasn't been bleached from a local health food store. It's brown, it's got a little bit of an aftertaste, but I like my stuff sweet, so that's why I use the stevia. I've got lime. Already peeled the lime. The lemon, I'm sorry, that was lemon. The lime, I don't peel because it takes so freaking long, and I've cut my finger trying to peel these things, so I just left the peeling on. But I do soak my vegetables for at least an hour in white vinegar to try to get any extra chemical residue or whatnot that may be left on there. You know, even though you're trying to do organic, we know for a fact that glyphosate is in nearly 50% of all waterfall now. So even though if your local farmers are not spraying with Roundup or glyphosate, it's still in the rainfall, and you're still going to be getting it with that. So I still try to soak mine, and then I take some supplements like Restore to help with the microbiome and whatnot in the gut lining. I always run mine through a strainer, a little spaghetti strainer, just to get any residue out of it. Sometimes from the cucumber you'll get some thick seeds and whatnot, and I don't like that, so I found it more helpful to do that. Another lemon. You can see it's pretty simple. I also, in all my juices, I add timeless turmeric. Turmeric is one of the best things, I believe, for, and research shows, for inflammation. But again, all turmeric's not created equal. So the guys at Timeless Turmeric, I think, or I know, do some of the most organic turmeric, I think, on the market. We got an orange here for some sweetness. And I've got cilantro and broccoli. You've already seen the broccoli. Here's my cilantro. And again, I'll do this. Here is the kale. Everybody says how juice tastes terrible and whatnot, but I would never eat any vegetables at all. This has been a very interesting journey for me because I'm strictly, totally a meat potato guy. Never eat vegetables at all. I never forget, nearly 10 years ago, I read a book called Eating for Your Blood Type. And my blood type called for little to no protein, mostly grains and vegetables. And I was like, there's no way that's going to happen. Little did I know, many years later, that's exactly what I'm doing, and my body's responding very well to it. Protein's just so acidic. Not only that, it's just that the protein we're getting today is still full of so many chemicals, so many antibiotics. People don't realize that glyphosate was patented not as a weed killer, but as an antibiotic. And it's basically in everything now and contaminates everything. So you want to do everything you can to stay away from it, which is my belief. Okay. That gives us, I try to do some more cucumber and kale than anything because I get the most juice out of those. So this basically has 2 cucumbers. We'll have a stalk of celery, a stalk of broccoli, and basically this gives me 2 big size juices that I'll drink throughout the day tomorrow. And then also I'll have my cucumber salad, which I'll show you how I make that here in a second. Just so I have something to chew on. And the other thing you got to be very careful with is what kind of water you're taking in, making sure it's not filled full of chemicals. That's why the only water I drink is called Kangen water. It's been a medical device in Japan for nearly 30 years now. The pH on that I drink is 9.5. A lot of people don't realize that Dr. Warburger was given the Nobel Prize when he proved that no virus or bacteria can live in an alkali state. And that's why I believe it's so important to alkalize the human body. Because if you alkalize the human body, it's very likely you won't ever get sick. But nobody talks about these things. Okay. Oh, I gotta do an apple too. Add the apple for sweetness. Just cut it in half. Or fours. As you can see, it's very simple to do. You just have to have your juicer. And if you do, I think, all of it at one time and freeze it, I think that's the easiest way to stick to it. Like I said earlier, I've been on my fast now for right at 56 days. And then in my juice, I've added my turmeric. I put it in a container like this, and it's got black pepper and a bunch of other different herbs, and I just put a spoonful in my container. So from here, get this off. I've got my juice. Like I said, I normally get roughly 2 out of this. Then I'll take these guys and I'll freeze them. And you'll see later on, I'll show you the finished product from all these guys. And I'll finish juicing all this. What I'll show you now is my cucumber salad. Well, basically I just take my tomatoes and my funky cucumbers that aren't traditional like all the other cucumbers you see at the grocery store. They all look the same. And in my cucumber salad, I'll just add the tomatoes, the cucumbers, and then I'll add all my herbs, just so my body's getting lots and lots of minerals, lots of nutrients. I'm beginning really much to question this whole thing that we have to have protein to build muscle. On this 56-day journey of me taking in little to no protein, especially any kind of meat protein, I have broken my fast on a couple occasions where my mom and dad's 50th anniversary, I had fish with some rice, and then on my birthday I had fish also. So, but other than that, I haven't had much protein except for the protein that's found in the vegetables. One thing that's interesting and makes me question this is because my twins have a rare disease called PKU. Well, they'll never eat protein the rest of their life. No milk, no chicken, no cheese, no fish, no birthday cake, no ice cream. Nothing that has protein will they ever eat. And they do have a medical formula that supposedly gives them all their essential amino acids and whatnot. but they don't drink that nearly as much as I think they should, but yet they are fully developed, have very good muscle tone for having taken in as little protein as they have. And for me to be on this journey for 56 days and not to have lost any muscle mass really makes me question what it is we've been told about protein. If anybody has any other knowledge on this, please let me know. As you see, these are my cucumbers and my tomatoes that I just cut up. And then from this, what I'll do is I'll add my olive oil to my salad. Olive oil is a very good oil, I think, and research shows that. Try to stay anything away from any canola oil or anything that has genetically modified corn in it. And then basically I just put all my different herbs in here. Himalayan salt, I believe, is essential to give you well over 90 minerals that the body has to have that we're not getting because all these minerals have been taken out of the soil. Ground cinnamon, and again, this is all supposedly organic cinnamon, but again, how do I know? I am buying these from not a local grower, but from a corporation. It's coming from Aldi's, but hopefully you can trust them. I don't know. I haven't done the research. Black pepper, which helps with a little bit of everything. I like cayenne also. And then I got all my, we got basil, we got ground ginger, thyme, and then I'll add some oregano leaves, Bragg's apple cider vinegar, something that I think everybody should use as often as you can. You can do research on it and see all the different things that it helps with. Restore, if you've not done any research on Dr. Zach Bush, he's a triple certified medical doctor that's telling the truth about what's going on with our soil and what's going on with glyphosate and Monsanto, so I strongly encourage you to look him up. This salad then I just take and I put my spinach in. And my spinach. And then I add my kale. And then here I've got some baby sprouts that I got at the farmer's market. There's some really cool guys down there that very rich sprouts. These are broccoli sprouts that I'll add on top of my salad just to give me all those extra micronutrients. So this basically is what I've been eating for the last 56 days. Initially I had some pistachios and some sunflower, some nuts and whatnot. I've taken that out and basically just consisting of the juice and the cucumber salad. If you guys have any other things that you're taking in that have worked very well for you, please let me know. I'd love to try them. If you guys have any questions, please send me some messages and whatnot. Hope that's helpful to you. Thank you so very much.